welcome to Digital India podcast brought to you by students and staff of Web Marketing Academy. Today is the 20th of May 2015 and whoa, it's been raining in Bangalore for quite some time. Alright, moving on, we have the weekly updates from Web Marketing Academy in the digital world. Our first story for today is Facebook carousel ads has now been extended to mobile apps too. Oh, if you didn't know what carousel ads are, just wait for the updates and we will give you what it means. The second story for today is Pinterest opening its doors to the developers at last. Basically, it's APIs. It doesn't really open the doors. The article says that it's just the windows that are opening up for now, but it's good that at least they are opening up to the developers. The third story is Facebook introducing instant articles. Well, there's an interesting statistics behind the story. Stay tuned for this story. And then, yes, we have all seen how Apple launched the watch. And now we have got analytics for this. Yes, Flurry Analytics rolls out support for Apple Watch. And the fifth story for today is Tumblr improving search features. They have added 3 important features to its search. Sixth story for today is Indian Railway schedule are now on Google Transit, which means that if you want to go from one direction to the other, you can use Google Maps and it will give you a plethora of transport options. And the last story for today is from Snapdeal going Facebook way. Alright, with those we're going to start off. But before we start off, we have with us in our studio today our CEO and founder Suresh Babu. Welcome to the show, Suresh.
Thank you, Mansi. How are you all doing today?
Oh yes, perfect on such a lovely day.
Alright.
So Suresh, I would like you to give some tips to our audience today.
Excellent. We are just going to talk about the site ZDNet. For those who are not following, it's an excellent site, technology site to follow. So just go and follow. And I was reading an article titled
Cautionary Tale of Great Power. That's when Google airs.
So that was on April 27th. They had this article. So there is an interesting story towards this one. What they did is ZDNet has another website which they do interviews with well-known technology people. So they had the site cxo-talk.com. cxo-talks.com. In that they were hosting all these videos, interviews, and they had an opportunity to grab cxotalk.com. So without the hyphen in it. Okay, so initially they did not have cxotalk.com. Somebody else was owning it. And they were hosting this one in cxo-talk.com. Now they had an opportunity to grab that domain name, right? So I don't know how much they paid. They would have paid a lot of money because somebody would have bought it. And this was in auction. I would imagine they would have paid a bunch of dollars to acquire this domain name. They did something interesting. So what they did was they got this one, which they were excited. And they regularly, how they do a 301 redirect. For those who don't know 301 redirect, it's a redirect telling that this website has moved to this particular website. So they did all the things, but when they did all the things, something interesting happened. In their webmaster tools, they said this site is penalized for cloaky, gibberish, scraped content. So they received a notification in their webmaster tool saying that this site has been penalized, which is against the guidelines of Google. So they wrote this article, how Google is so bad and things like that. That was the title of the article. But if you go and look at the history of this site, which is the new site, cxotalk.com, they had a bad history. So they were linking from various sites and other things. When they acquired, they didn't know. They were all excited and acquired this. But the problem is, it was in a bad neighborhood. It had a bad history. That they did not check. So now they were like telling all these kinds of things. So they're blaming it on Google. Right? Which is not Google's fault.
Right.
So my tip for you guys today is, so please go ahead and read that article again titled as
When Google Airs, a Cautionary Tale of Great Power.
Alright, so please go through that. It's got some details, it's got some screenshots. So my tip for you guys is, when you buy a domain, especially when you buy a old domain that has been used by somebody else, please check what is happening. Find out. Just do some research. Some simple search, Google search will give you some results. Just do a search. And this is the tip. Site colon www dot whatever the website is.com. Do a search. You will find a little bit history of where it is linking and all these things, how many pages has been indexed. So before you buy this thing, do some research. That's my tip. Thank you.
Alright, for all the audience who is listening, remember, tips from Digital India podcasts are coming to you by experience. Okay, remember that whatever tip that's been given today or any other days that we share is through experience. This is not theory. And yes, please do read a lot more interesting stories coming your way. Alright, and to give us a second tip for today, we have with us Anusha. Yes, Anusha is the coordinator and the counselor at Web Marketing Academy. Welcome to our studio, Anusha.
Hi, Mansi.
Hello. So yes, what is the tip that you would like to give our audience today?
I would like to give 2 tips on digital marketing. So first will be why we have to choose digital marketing, and the second thing is who should take the course. And first thing, why we have to choose digital marketing, because everything is getting into digital nowadays. So it's like things, e-commerce, every business, they are getting into digital. They have their own websites and they have their own e-commerce portals nowadays. So everything is sold online nowadays. People are not going to the stores, offline stores, and they are not purchasing anything. They don't have time to go and time to wait for the things to be happen. So we sit in front of the system and we purchase everything online. So this is very important that we have to know the things, how it works online, and this is very important thing what I feel. So people should learn digital marketing. And the second thing is who should take up the course. Anybody. There's no particular degree that we are requiring to take up the course. So if you have a great passion towards the course, and if you have any plan to start up your own business, then this is the right course for you. So if you know a few things, you're already into digital marketing, then it is not for you, because you already know the things, how it works, and you are already into the thing, practically you are doing it, and it's no point of you're coming here and you're taking up the course. So if you're starting off newly, that will be a better thing. You can learn more things.
Alright, thank you so much, Anusha. And those audience who are listening to us, yes, please remember, if you want a good digital marketing course, remember, ask yourself, why do you need digital marketing course? And if you're passionate about it, okay, obviously everything is moving digital. So if you're passionate about learning digital marketing, only then please take up this course. And it is a purely marketing course. Please remember that, it's digital marketing is related to marketing. And here are the detailed stories for this week. Improving ad performance with carousel format. That's what Facebook is doing. For those who do not understand what carousel is, last year Facebook introduced the carousel format for Facebook ads. What it does is it lets advertisers showcase multiple images and links in one ad. And since then, advertisers seem to have carousel link ads drive close to about 30 to 50% lower cost per conversion and 20 to 30% lower cost per click than single image ads. So the new announcement has said that considering the success of these carousel ads, Facebook is extending the format to mobile app ads now. So if one is looking at mobile app ads in the carousel format, it supports up to 5 images with links. And it's definitely more interactive, attention grabbing, and helpful for both direct response and brand awareness marketing. Now, mobile app developers seems to have access to the same ad format for app, install, and engagement ads. The next major story for this week is Pinterest opening its doors and its API to developers. Oh, thank God, at last. According to ReadWrite.com, developers finally have a Pinterest API of note, though the social network is inching open its doors rather than swinging them open. The firm launched a beta Pinterest developers platform described as a suite of APIs for developers to build apps and integrations that bring pins to life. The API, or the application programming interface, lets coders build all kinds of apps on top of Pinterest data. So there, we've got Pinterest data now, and you can also play around with it. So all the developers out there, I'm hoping you're listening to us, and yes, you can start off with being a part of Pinterest API developer list. The next story is Facebook introducing instant articles. After having taken note that stories put up by people on Facebook take an average of 8 seconds to load, by far the slowest single content type on Facebook, Facebook has introduced instant articles. Instant articles is expected to make the reading experience as much as 10 times faster compared to standard mobile web articles. So when you say instant articles along with faster experience, Instant Articles introduces a suite of interactive features that allow publishers to bring their stories to life in new ways. Now, some of the features are that you can zoom in and explore high-resolution photos by tilting your phone. Then you can watch autoplay videos come alive as you scroll through the stories. You can also explore interactive maps. You can listen to audio captions and even like and comment on individual parts of an article in line. That means that there is a lot of engagement. If you agree or disagree with only some parts of an article, you have the option to comment or like it. The announcement on their official blog says, we designed instant articles to give publishers control over their stories, brand experience, and monetization opportunities. Publishers can sell ads in their articles and keep the revenue, or they can choose to use Facebook's audience network to monetize unsold inventory. Okay, and we have the next story being Flurry Analytics rolls out support for Apple Watch. Okay, Apple Watch was just launched and there's still a buzz about Apple Watch and people using it, and already we have analytics for it. According to TechCrunch.com, Yahoo announced that it's adding support for Apple Watch analytics to its free mobile analytics services Flurry, which the company acquired last year. For those developers who are building apps for the Apple Watch ecosystem, it's important to understand how users are engaging with these small screen applications, as user behavior and the metrics that matter are likely to be very different from those of smartphone applications. And if you want to know more about this, you could just log into TechCrunch.com. And yes, there is a link in the footnotes of this podcast. You could follow TechCrunch on that URL. The next major story for today is Tumblr announcing 3 massive improvements to its searches. Now, for those who do not know what Tumblr is, it is TUMBLR. It's nothing but a microblogging platform and a social networking website. It was founded by David Karp and owned by Yahoo. Those are 2 important stories from Yahoo. One is a Flurry Analytics today and about Tumblr. That's Tumblr service allows users to post multimedia and other content to a short form blog. Now, there's a staff blog on Tumblr which has said that there are 3 massive improvements to the way you search for posts on Tumblr blog. What you could do is you can do it from your dashboard. So when you log in, there's a dashboard. You could click a blog's name or avatar to open it up. Then click the magnifying glass on top of the blog. And then you can start typing. And you've got the right results. Okay, and the next feature they've added is you can filter and shorten the results. Okay, you've got an abacus looking like icon. So click on the abacus looking like icon for all your favorite filters. Now there's also a bonus filter. You can limit your search to original posts. All right. And the third feature that they have introduced is it is full text. And that goes for searches from the dashboard as well as those directly from the blog's theme. Okay, if you want more on that story on how Tumblr works, all you have to do is go to the staff posts on Tumblr. And the next story for today is a major story when it comes to India. Indian Railways schedules are now available on Google Transit. So according to Financial Express, Google has added Indian Railway schedules on Google Transit as well as other updated public transport information for 8 Indian cities, which means that Google Transit is a feature in the Google Maps. When you start looking at the options that you have for transport from one place to the destination, it is going to display all the options that are available. So what you have to do is type down the destination and then go to the directions, and then you have to click on public transport. Maps will then display door-to-door directions to the destination with the public transport options available. The latest editions will allow a user to see information for close to about 12,000 trains. as well as updated details for bus and metro routes. And the cities that have covered, the cities that Google Transit has covered is Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, New Delhi, and Pune. So all those people who are trying to look at public transport, yes, we already had the bus numbers telling us what time they're expected in the bus stop and things like that. Now we have train routes as well. Oh my God, Google is definitely making our life a lot more easier. And the last story for today is with one login, Snapdeal wants to do a Facebook. So what does that mean? According to Financial Times, Kunal Bhal, CEO and co-founder of Snapdeal, is quoted to have said Snapdeal is creating a clan of apps, just the way Facebook did with Facebook app, and then there's a WhatsApp, and then there's Instagram, and then there's a Facebook Messenger. So Snapdeal has bought Freecharge, Rupee Power, and Exclusively. Now, Kunal, who is the CEO and co-founder of Snapdeal, has opined that it is critical for all apps to be accessed through a single user account, which does not exist now. And that is what Snapdeal is working on. So just the way we had Facebook give access to Facebook app, to WhatsApp, to Instagram, Messenger, all of these, Snapdeal now has Freecharge, Rupee Power, and Exclusively. Now, Kunal is expecting to put all these things together and give you one single login, which means that if you have to access different apps, you still have one single login and you don't have to remember all the user ID and passwords. Awesome, Kunal. We do definitely look forward to that single time login. And Kunal is also expecting a huge spurt in sales once the platforms are connected. Alright, those are the major stories for WMA weekly updates. And before we wind up, we have some major tips and tools by our students. To give you the tools and tips for today, we have with us in our studio Farah. Farah is a student of WMA. Yes, Farah, what do you have for our audience today?
Okay, before actually venturing into this digital marketing arena as such, I'm basically a student from the science background. So I didn't know much about Twitter. So Twitter was something very new to me. I knew something called Twitter existed, but I was never into it. So, and then the best thing about Twitter, I feel, is you have a community of people who belong to your background. And you can share and, engage with the content they share. They have similar kind of thoughts. And then everything is common between you people. So that's one thing very good about Twitter. As I said, it's a community of people, similar kind of people. So that's to do with Twitter. And there was this guy called Neil Patel, and his Twitter handle is @NeilPatel. That is NeilPatel Patel. And because I was new to digital marketing, as I told you earlier, so the content which he shares is very engaging. Engaging as in you get to learn a lot. Because I have been new and still I'm learning, okay? I'm still learning. The content shared by him is very good. And he has this websites called Kissmetrics and Crazy Eggs.
Alright, that was Farah, our own WMA student, giving us that tip. And those who are tuned in, we have another tip from Manjunath. Welcome to the studio, Manjunath.
Hi, today we will talk about Google Dashboard. Google launched a privacy dashboard in 2009, technically just called Google Dashboard. It gives users quicker access to and more control over the personal information that is stored in Google's database. It is like a one-stop shop for managing this data and the settings that are associated with the Google products you use when signed into your Google account. You can access Google Dashboard by going to www.google.com/dashboard. You have to be logged into your account. Google Dashboard includes the Google account itself. Primary email and other basic details come under this segment. AdSense. If you have an AdSense account, those details, personal account, is listed here. Google Analytics. If your website or websites are connected with Google Analytics, you get to choose the settings here. Android. Smartphones and other mobile devices using Android can be synced with this Google account, and the details can be found here. Blogger, Google's own blogging platform, and its account details are listed here as well. Books or My Library. Personally, if you've chosen any books to read, which is stored in Google's My Library, you can get them, or you can see the list right there listed in Google Library for further reading. Google Calendar, syncing events and other important dates and times that you might want to keep in check through Calendar, is available for you with the specific settings as well. So contacts from Google Plus, phone contacts which are also synced with your Google account can be seen, and the settings changed as per your requirement. Gmail conversations can also be seen here. It's listed in the Google dashboard. And of course you have the Google Photos, Google Plus, your profile, talk, voice, which could be bucketed under the Hangouts, are all here, and you might look at it, or if you want to make changes to your settings, you could do that as well. And of course Google Webmaster Tools, which connects your personal website or your business website with Google, is also listed here. And finally, YouTube. YouTube is a part of Google, and the settings and preferences on YouTube is listed under Google Dashboard. So this is an excellent feature that Google provides for users so that there is transparency. Google was under a lot of pressure in early 2009 and even now due to the privacy issues. So this is one way of keeping it transparent, is how Google deals with this. I hope you know a little more than what you did or what you knew about your online activities through Google today after listening to this tip. So good luck and happy Googling. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Manjunath. Thank you for that tip. And I'm hoping that audience who's listening to us, please, you've always noted down these 4 tips. And thank you for listening to us. You could write to us on Facebook as Web Marketing Academy, on Twitter as WMA India, or you could just write to me on manasi@webmarketingacademy.in. I hope to see a lot of emails. You could share your experiences. You could share some of the case studies, or you could just share what you do in the digital world. And if you have some updates for us which is new and you think it has to go out on our podcast, yes, please do write to us and we will definitely incorporate it. News about your company or news about the digital world itself. Alright, stay tuned with us, and I'm hoping to see you same time next week. Until then, this is your host Manasi signing off with a bye-bye.